Greetings, everyone. Our topic is all about social, ethical, and legal responsibilities in the use of technology tools and resources. Our topic is divided into four subtopics. First, we have digital citizenships to be discussed by Ms. Shane Buntag and Ms. Maribeth Villamor. Second, we have social, ethical, and legal responsibilities in the use of technology tools and resources by teachers to be discussed by Anyana Myra, Paranga Maria Casey May, and Gamana Joy Marie. Third, we have intellectual property rights applicable to the educational setting to be discussed by Mrs. Lamoste Lorina and Ms. Nakila Sharla. And the last but not the least, we have digital safety rules to be discussed by yours truly, Ganli Lagrosa. And now, let's tackle first the digital citizenship by Ms. Shane Buntag.
Digital citizenship. But before we discuss about digital citizenship, let us define first what is digital citizen. Digital citizen is a person who has the knowledge and skills to use digital technologies. Digital citizen is a person who uses the internet regularly and effectively. A good digital citizen is one who knows what is right and wrong, exhibits intelligent technology behavior, and makes good choices when using technology. There are 5 ways or tips to become a good digital citizen. The first is remember the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated, or have a member of your family treated. In this digital age, we have to start teaching our children that this applies not only to face-to-face conversations, but also to the conversations and interactions that we have online. The second is keep private information. In this day and age, it can be hard to keep information private. Be careful on who and how you give away your information. The third is think about the future. Everything is saved on the internet. Just because you deleted something of Facebook doesn't mean it's been erased from the internet. Every time you go to a different website, the internet makes a little tattoo of everything you do while on it. The fourth is be mindful of your brand. When we think about brands, we think about clothing, and sometimes clothing companies have issues or concerns that they are truly passionate about. But the way they are reach their audience is by having a clear and well-delivered message. You too are a brand. Whenever engaging anyone in conversation on the internet, always be mindful of what you say so that it doesn't hurt your reputation. The fifth way to become a good digital citizen is be yourself. At the end of the day, the only thing we can be is ourselves. If you're into posting funny videos or photos, keep in mind that you do have an audience much bigger than what you thought. Even though we are taught as children not to judge a book by its cover, friends, family, and even future employers will look at it because the World Wide Web isn't just an open source of information. It also makes your life an open book. Digital citizenship. This means engaging in appropriate and exemplary behavior in an online environment. Another definition of digital citizenship is a concept which helps teachers, technology leaders, and parents to understand what students, children, or technology users should know to use technology appropriately. Digital citizenship is more than just a teaching tool. It is a way to prepare students or technology users for a society full of technology. Digital citizenship is the continuously developing norms of appropriate, responsible, and empowered technology use. There are 9 elements of digital citizenship, and these are includes: first is the digital access, full electronic participation in society. Technology users need to be aware that not everyone has the same opportunities when it comes to technology. Access of technology for everyone is an essential matter for creating foundation for digital citizenship, and therefore we all should be aware of and support the electronic access for everyone. Helping to provide and expand access to technology should be goal of all digital citizens. Users need to keep in mind that there are some that may have limited access, so other resources may need to be provided. To become productive citizens, we need to be committed to make sure that no one is denied in digital access. The second element is the digital commerce, electronic buying and selling of goods. There are large share of market economy being done electronically, and we all know that. Right now, people are buying and selling stuff electronically, and a lot of remittance is being done electronically, and we can also purchase anything and send money in the internet. The third element of digital citizenship is the digital communication, electronic exchange of information. One of the significant changes within the digital revolution is a person's ability to communicate with other people. In the 19th century, forms of communication were limited. In the 21st century, communication options have exploded to offer a wide variety of choices. The expanding digital communication options have changed everything because people are able to keep to constant communication with anyone else. Now, everyone has the opportunity to communicate and collaborate with anyone from anywhere and anytime. The fourth element is the digital literacy, the process of teaching and learning about technology and the use of technology. This process requires sophisticated searching and processing skills. Learners must be taught how to learn in a digital society. In other words, learners must be taught to learn anything, anytime, anywhere. Business, military, and even medicines are excellent examples of how technology is being used differently in the 21st century. As new technologies emerge, learners need to learn how to use that technology quickly and appropriately. Digital citizenship involves educating people in a new way. These individuals need a high degree of information literacy skills. But today, a lot of schools teach technology, and most young people in the world knows how to use technology. The fifth element is the digital etiquette, electronic standards of conduct or procedure. Technology users often see this area as one of the most pressing problems when dealing with digital citizenship. We recognize inappropriate behavior when we see it, but before people use technology,
they do not learn digital etiquette. Many people feel uncomfortable talking to others about their digital etiquette. Often rules and regulations are created or the technology is simply banned to stop inappropriate use. It is not enough to create rules and policy. We must teach everyone to become responsible digital citizens in this new society. Digital etiquette shapes their online behavior to respond positively to online content. In this way, their online attitude is reflected in the real world and vice versa. The sixth element is the digital law, electronic responsibility for actions and deeds. Digital law deals with the ethics of technology within a society. Unethical use manifests itself in a form of theft or a crime. Ethical use manifests itself in a form of abiding by the laws of society. Users need to understand that stealing or causing damage to other people's work, identity, or property online is a crime. There are certain rules of society that users need to be aware in an ethical society. These laws apply to anyone who works or plays online. Hacking into others' information, downloading illegal music, plagiarizing, creating destructive worms, viruses, or sending spam, or stealing anyone's identity or property is unethical. Digital law deals with legal rights and restrictions governing technology usage. To prevent any kind of online crime, no matter how serious it is, students as digital citizens need to know the law and how it applies to them in particular. The seventh element is the digital rights and responsibilities, those freedoms extended to everyone in a digital world. There is a basic set of rights extended to every digital citizen. Digital citizens have the right to privacy, free speech, and etc. Basic digital rights must be addressed, discussed, and understood in a digital world. With these rights also come the responsibilities as well. Users must help define how the technology is to be used in an appropriate manner. On technology, one thing we have to be careful is to not violate other people's rights. The eighth element is the digital health and wellness, physical and psychological well-being in digital technology world. Using technology like cell phones and computers for a long time can be very dangerous to our health, both physically and psychologically. Anytime we use technology, we need to consider our eye safety and also about our psychological issues such as addiction to internet or a game. Students should be taught to protect themselves and others from potential harm or ask for help if they need it. Making use of online resources is a plus, but everyone should be aware of the dangers as well. The ninth element of digital citizenship is the digital security, electronic precautions to guarantee safety. Just like any other society in the world, digital society needs security too. We put locks on the doors and fire alarms in our houses to protect ourselves. And we must do the same for digital security. We need to have virus protections, backups of data, and surge control for our equipment. As responsible technology users, we must protect our information from outside forces that might cause disruption or harm. Security in the online world is important. When using devices at school or at home, students should be aware of potential malware attacks. Teachers should explain how to prevent them from happening and how to protect their devices as much as possible. There are 5 competencies of digital citizenship that should develop when learning and practicing those 9 elements. The first one is inclusive, being open to and respectful of multiple viewpoints. This means acknowledging other students' thoughts and opinions in the digital space and avoiding judgmental language and responses. It also means amplifying voices and opinions that are not being adequately recognized by the group. Second is informed, understanding how to evaluate the accuracy and credibility of online information. Students should learn how to vet sources to recognize the difference between the fact and opinion. It is an important skill to be able to differentiate between credible news and research sites versus satire, biased commentary, and other unsupported information. This means not only considering the credibility of the site hosting the information, but also checking that information against its primary source. The third is the engagement. Using technology for civic engagement and as a force for good. One of the benefits of technology is its ability to spread ideas and information that support social good. Students should learn to use online channels to uplift, encourage, challenge, and support their peers and communities. The fourth is the balance. Making educated decisions about prioritizing online and offline time. Striking a good balance when it comes to digital connectivity is one of the greatest challenges of this era for students and adults. Students should be informed of how social media and other online activities affect their relationships and sense of well-being, physical health, and attention span, so they understand the risks that accompany their time to spend online. It's a great idea to engage students in this learning by having them do their own research and put together a presentation on how to balance their time. The fifth competencies is the alertness, being aware of their online actions and trying to create safe spaces for others. It's easy for students to go on in their online behavior. So, it's important to learn to keep their own actions in check and to look out for each other's well-being. A good rule of thumb may be that if you're feeling too tired, anxious, or ill-tempered to be kind to others online, it's time to turn off the screen and do something else. There are 3 principles of digital citizenship developed by Mark Ribble to teach digital users how to responsibly use technology to become a digital citizen. This, these are the respect, educate, and protect. Each principle contains 3 of the 9 elements of digital citizenship. The first principle is the respect. The elements belong here is the digital access, etiquette, and law, and used to respect other digital users. The second one is the educate. The elements belong here is the digital literacy, digital communication, and digital commerce, and used to learn about the appropriate use of the digital world. And the third principle is the protect. The elements belong here is the digital rights and responsibilities, digital health and wellness, and digital security. These are used to remain safe in the digital and non-digital world. Why is digital citizenship important in education? It's because digital citizenship supports children and youth to participate safely, critically, effectively, and responsibly in the world of digital technologies and social networking sites. Another reason is teaching digital citizenship help ensure that students are successfully practicing both respect and responsibility for themselves and others in a virtual environment. We show respect and responsibility for others and for property, and also we should also recognize and respect our diversity, which is the global digital citizenship, and that will be discussed by Ms. Maribeth Villamor.
Good day, everyone. I am Maribeth Villamor, and I am going to report to you the Global Digital Citizenship and its 5 tenets. So, let us first discuss what is global digital citizenship. So, it is a responsible, ethical citizen leveraging technology to foster community on a global scale through connection and compassion. And understand that we can govern technology and it is for the benefit for both ourselves and others. And it is a citizen that views world as an interconnected community. As a global digital citizen, our role and responsibilities are many and diverse. As a future educator, in this modern time, it is a must to practice innovation in teaching and learning in order to become a globally effective and globally competent digital teacher. Furthermore, teachers don't just teach anymore. They've been much more than that for a long time. In our digital world, teachers have become guides, mentors, role models, counselors, and facilitators. They practice to be global citizens, ethics experts, and diverse and critical thinkers. So, we have here the crucial rules of tenet of the global digital citizenship in the modern innovative classroom. So, this includes an understanding of technology and its benefits or dangers to students, knowledge and appreciation of the diverse cultures of our globe, and awareness of local community and global environments, moral and ethical modeling that helps students achieve success and safety in online and offline environments, experience with the many mediums of technology and communication, adaptability and creativity, and lastly, the lifelong learning capability. So, these are the crucial rules of tenets of the global digital citizenship in the modern innovative classroom. So now we have here the 5 tenets of global digital citizenship. First, we have personal responsibility. So, this includes demonstrating how we manage ourselves. This is about shifting the responsibility for learning student and developing a sense of accountability for lifelong learning. It includes demonstrating how one governs oneself in matters of finance, ethical and moral boundaries, personal health and fitness, and all relationships. So, let's see how it connects to what teachers do. So, in order for teacher to practice personal responsibility, one must move around the classroom directing and facilitating learning. In doing so, they are modeling ethical practice. They are shaping the moral and ethical mindsets of students by what they do and what they don't do. Our learners' time in school is formative and developmental. They are discovering and learning about themselves by asking questions, making choices, and breaking mental and physical boundaries. Students are exploring, taking risks, and experimenting. We can't just expect students will simply become global digital citizens on their own. They need observation, encouragement, and supervision. This is the personal responsibility we practice and that they experience firsthand. Second, we have here the global citizenship. This understand that technology has dissolved boundaries. As we know, we are all global citizens. Global citizenship involves recognizing and respecting how 21st century technology and digital media have eliminated boundaries between citizens of the world by enabling communication, collaboration, dialogue, and debate across all levels of society. So, teaching is about building relationships. In such a culturally abundant world, global citizenship is the business of every teacher. Fostering productive connection with colleagues and students is part of any educator's success. Schools are home to different personalities, cultures, and beliefs. Sometimes these conflict with each other, and unfortunately, this is inevitable. The role of global digital teacher is to bring understanding and harmony into situations. Such strategy include those that work to resolve conflict, mediate disputes, and show understanding. Over time, this responsibility shifts to the students. They learn through their teacher to be tolerant of different while standing up for their own beliefs. They respect the rights and the rights of others to feel safe to be who they are. They celebrate colors of culture and the interconnectedness of everyone, but it's the global digital teacher who leads the way in this. So the third is digital citizenship. This covers appropriate and exemplary behavior in an online environment. The essence of digital citizenship is about a shifting of accountability for appropriate behavior to our student, which fosters independence and personal responsibility. So, technology is at the forefront of many aspects of teaching and learning. It's refreshing to see more and more teachers getting on board with its applications. The potential for positive use, though, is still matched by the potential for misuse. Our learners often emulate those they admire, and that includes teachers. So, if the teachers don't cite sources or respect copyright and intellectual property, we oppose the example that we want to set for students. It works the same way if we act inappropriately in any online environments. It's like giving our students a green light to do the exact same thing. Alongside parent, we are the guides young digital learners have for an exciting and perilous online world. If we're going to enforce guidelines for ethical behavior, we must do first by example. The fourth tenet is the altruistic service. This is embracing opportunity to exercise charity. This aspect focuses on a healthy concern for the well being of the people with whom we share our world. It is, as what I've said, embracing the opportunity to exercise charity and goodwill for the benefit of others. This creatures relevance and meaningful connections to the real world for our students. Many educators believe that teaching compassion and service are the key to higher student engagement, but the hectic nature of the educational field can make compassion and altruism a challenge sometimes. The global digital teacher must indeed remain present. This is true not only of the needs of students, but to the needs of the school and the community. Thanks to technology, our connections and communications have linked to us to a world in a need. So the innovative classroom becomes the perfect learning environment for fostering altruistic thoughts and actions. It begins with caring for each other and then expands outwards. So now we have come to the fifth tenet of global digital citizenship. And this is the environmental stewardship. This practice is all about common sense of values and an appreciation for the beauty and majesty that surrounds us every day. This encourages us, students, to explore how to make use of Earth resources, taking responsibility and action on personal, local, regional, national, and international levels. So we stress in this tenet that we only have one world to live in. How we regard its welfare is congruent with what kind of surroundings we want for ourselves and our students. That's why the global digital teacher demonstrates a healthy respect for the personal, communal, and global environments they and their students are part of. So the educational initiatives being taken for environmental awareness are many. So here are some examples of the work being done in regards to environmental stewardships. These are the Green Teacher and the Seed Schools. So Green Teacher is a nonprofit organization helping educators promote environmental awareness among young people aged 6 to 19 years old. So in Seed School, this allows participants to track and report their projects online and to learn what others are doing for environmental projects. And now I have come to the end of my report. And in conclusion, is that every part of education and its virtues, respect, tolerance, understanding, accountability, responsibility, fairness, and justice are central to what makes this educator so incredibly important to our students. Teaching is no longer about subject and knowledge. It is about developing the whole student and preparing them well for a future they will both create and sustain. Thank you and God bless.
Good day, everyone. Before I will discuss my topic, I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Myra Vilmoria Anyana, currently taking a Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English at BITIC Talibon International College. My topic is all about social, ethical, and legal responsibilities in the use of technology tools and resources. In terms of internet and education, internet it is the most useful technology of modern times which helps us not only in our daily lives but also in professional lives. For educational purposes, it is widely used to gather information and to do research or add to the knowledge of various subjects. Internet plays a very vital role in education. It is no doubt that in this modern era, everyone prefers Google for their queries, problems, or doubts. Popular search engines like Google, Yahoo, etc. are the topmost choice of people as they offer an easy and instant reach to the vast amount of information. In just a few seconds, it contains a wealth of knowledge that can be searched by at any time. The internet has introduced improvements in technology, communication, and online entertainment. As we can observe today, it has become more important as well as powerful tool in the role which is preferred by everyone. Everybody needs internet for some or other purposes. Students need internet to search for information related to exams, curriculum, results, and etc. You can also follow these steps for students to achieve success in students' life. Importance of internet in education to the students means that it makes easier for them to research things and to learn the content taught in the school. People use it according to their needs and interests. We can observe in our lives today, which is really more on technology or modern lives, we can really see that internet in technology, especially today, which is pandemic, um, internet is very important to all people, since the mode of education is more on online and some is modular. Then since wasn't able to discuss everything, so the students will just go to Google just to answer their modules so that they can make it correctly. There are many benefits of internet in the field of education. Some of these are: first will be cost-effective and affordable education. One of the largest barriers to education is high cost. The internet improves the quality of education, which is one of the pillars of sustainable development of a nation. Affordable education, it is the topmost wishes of everyone, because if education is very important in our lives, and some people like us, we are wishing to finish our education. It also provides education through videos like YouTube tutorial videos and web tutorials, which is affordable to everyone and cost effective. Second benefits will be student, teacher, and peer interaction. The internet has allowed students to be in constant touch with their teachers or with other fellow classmates with the help of social media. messaging apps, and chat forums. So, parents can interact as well as communicate with teachers and school authorities about their kids' performance in the school. Interaction with the like-minded people on forums can help students to explore new ideas and enrich their knowledge. So in this part, it is very important student-teacher per interaction so that the teacher will know which part the student didn't understand about their lessons. So student must approach the teacher. Next benefits will be effective teaching and learning tool. The internet has become a major tool for effective teaching as well as learning tool. Teachers can use it as teaching tool by posting their teacher materials or notes and videos on school website or forum. So the learning process becomes interesting and diverse with the use of tutorial videos and notes. Teachers can teach with the use of animation, PowerPoint slides, and images to capture the students' attention. So these benefits is really common now since we are in the mode of online education, right? Then it is also very important so that the students' attention will be captured. So learning tool of a teacher will be effective. It is more on something like interesting or next will be easy access to quality education. Students can easily access quality education materials like tutorial videos on YouTube for pre-phase online for more quality study materials. Teachers can also make use of the internet by providing the students with extra study material and resources such as interactive lessons, educational quiz, as well as tutorials. So teachers can record their lectures and provide it to the students for versions which is better than reading from notes. This part it is not new for us because since our first year of college is already in online mode learning, so some of our instructor is that kanang they provide some links or resources about our lesson so that we can understand it clearly. So that's the end of my topic. Thank you so much for listening.
And now, let us proceed to the fifth benefits of internet in the field of education, the interaction with digital media. When we say interaction with digital media, it is one of the most basic parts of our lives. Digital bulletin boards, save paper, allow displaying videos and audios to attract the attention of the students. Nowadays, there are many paid sites which provide education resources which are rich in quality and easily understandable to masses. Digital media connects people in ways never before possible, enable users to maintain friendships across time and distance. Digital media also appears to lower stress for at least some users. It is also facilitates interactions across social, economic, cultural, political, religious, and allowing for enhanced understanding. And the seventh benefits of internet in the field of education is the learning with multimedia. It helps the students with the learning process and it helps to simplify the knowledge. Also, it helps to visualize what is being taught by the teachers in school. Multimedia is a computer-based synchronized system that includes text, audio, video, animation, graphics, and interactive computing. It is an amazing invention of modern communication technology. Multimedia helps to vary and enhance the learning process and leads to better knowledge of retention. Multimedia in education is important because it allows students to learn skills that are important to life in the 21st century. Students are immersed in media, so providing them an opportunity to learn from the material enhances their educational experience. And lastly is bridging communication gaps. Classroom internet use can also help teachers say goodbye to communications mishaps such as or loss of assignment sheets and misplaced memos home to parents. Internet communication can make distribution of information easier, as well as increase class community and motivation. Like for example, having class blog or website can open up dialogue between teachers and students outside of school rather than confining their interactions to the classroom. Students can download course materials and readings, chat with other students, and share their work, while parents can receive reminders about upcoming due dates and events. The internet is a boon to people, which use all over the world. Hence, it should be used for good purpose. It has a great impact in imparting education to children. If this is used in appropriate ways that meet children's development level, they can benefit and learn from the internet. When it comes to bridging to the gap between school and home, it's also about making the effort to align students' success goals between classroom and home. And communication with parents is a key element to student success. That's why public schools are required to communicate with parents about their child's education in the parents' language.
Good day, Sir Jesse Alde. Good day, classmates. My name is Joy Marcy Gamana, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Biological Science. My topic today starts with these 3 questions that I or we will tackle today. And without further ado, let's start. These are the 3 questions. Number 1. What is acceptable and appropriate use of internet in schools? Number 2. What obligations do teachers and administrators have as a result of introducing the internet into their schools? Number 3. How can teachers teach students ethical, acceptable, and appropriate use to use the internet? Let's start with question number 1. What is acceptable and appropriate use of internet in schools? First, computers should be used to support existing curriculum. Technology has changed our daily lives, how we work and study, and how we use our free time. It plays an important role in curriculum design and development, and it has the ability to provide learners with an entertaining, engaging, challenging, and inspiring learning experience, enhancing achievement and improving learning outcomes. Technology should not just reproduce what we currently do, it should provide new methods of working, as well as new opportunities for learners to interact with information and build knowledge, understanding, and skills. Number 2. Do not allow the computers to dictate teaching methods. The computer should assist rather than replace the efforts of the instructor. While technology may play a stronger role in particular circumstances, teaching methods and actual teaching usually go together. Some instructors may believe that they are having difficulty obtaining teaching methods that match their lesson plan demands and may attempt to modify their teachings properly. However, they should seek out technologies that improve and support their lesson plans. In the best case scenario, computer assisted learning benefits and improves teaching. Number 3. The attractiveness of the computer should not overpower the student learning. Yes, nowadays students get distracted with their technology. Instead of studying, they tend to neglect their reason to study because of the temptation the computer holds. So, the computer's attraction should not dominate the student's opportunity to study. Number 4. Computers should not change the teaching methods. Yes, instead, their inclusion should simply help improve learning. And now, let's move on to the second question. Number 2. What obligations do teachers and administrators have as a result of introducing the internet into their schools? First, acceptable use policy. We have here 4 policies. The policy must explain the student's responsibilities online. The policy must explain the connection of internet usage to teaching and learning. The policy must explain the consequences that will result from the violation of policies. And lastly, the policy must be agreed to by parents and students. These 4 policies, the policy itself should be agreed by parents and students for the betterment. These policies explain the acceptable use of policies towards students and teachers, responsibilities, internet usage, the consequences of violating policies, and the agreement of the policy by the parents and teachers. Second, equitable access in a school or classroom. All students must have equal access to computers regardless of gender, special needs, socioeconomic status, or race. Third, teaching and obeying copyright laws. Teachers must follow copyright laws and in turn educate students about copyright laws. And lastly, question number 3. How can teachers teach students ethical, acceptable, and appropriate ways to use the internet? Number 1. Take care of technology equipment. With malware and viruses running rampant, students must learn to watch what they download, click, and share. Number 2. Teach students to question the reliability and authenticity of a website. Explore appropriate and safe sites for learning and research. Many websites contain inaccurate or false information. Teachers can provide a list of approved websites. Students need to learn how to evaluate websites and assess whether they can trust the content. These are the list on how to evaluate and assess true and accurate websites. Letter A. Look for author or name of organization. B. Check author's credentials. C. Look for type of domain. D. Look for educational and government sites like .edu or .gov. And letter E. Look for links that say about the background of the website and the information of the author. Number 3. Give protocols to the students to follow in the event something inappropriate appears on the computer screen. The internet may be a good use or resources for students. They can use it to review school-related research, connect with instructors and other students, and play interactive activities. However, there are risks associated with online access, including as inappropriate information, cyberbullying, and online scams. So in this case, giving protocols is a must in such circumstances that are not suitable for us students to avoid harm. Number 4, only allow the students to use specific website to use for research. This is for security purposes and to access appropriate and accurate information. Number 5, require students to cite all of the website they use. We have here 2. Letter A, Copyright Law, Fair Use Act, and Creative Commons Matters. Students learn how to copy and paste without realizing the copyright implication nowadays. So, understanding copyright and related laws will help ensure students follow the rules in using and sharing content. Letter B, always give credit to original source. Like citing references in term papers, students learn about the importance of using online citations to respect copyright laws and plagiarism. In conclusion, administrators and teachers are responsible for implementing and enforcing acceptable use forms for all students using the internet in schools. And teachers are responsible for using technology in a manner that supports the curriculum. Teachers must directly teach students to use the internet in an appropriate manner. And that is all. Thank you for listening.
Good day, everyone. I'm Lauren Alamaste, taking up Bachelor in Elementary Education. So, our topic for today is intellectual property rights. So, what are intellectual property rights? Intellectual property is the area of law that deals with protecting the rights of those who create original works, and in this instance, in the field of e-learning, it covers everything from original plays and novels to inventions and company identification marks. This promotes awareness about basic intellectual property rights, especially as it relates to e-learning content creation and development. It describes the relevant aspects of intellectual property rights as it relates to the field of e-learning. Three main mechanisms for protecting intellectual property in the United States are patent, copyright, and trademark. Copyright protection. It gives owners exclusive rights to reproduce their work, publicly display or perform their work, and create derivative works. Additionally, copyright owners are given economic rights to financially benefit from their work and prohibit others from doing so without their permission. The protected work should be fixed in a tangible medium of expression. In order for the work to be fixed in a tangible medium of expression, it means that it has been set in a form in which it can be perceived either directly or with the aid of a device. Original ownership of the copyright is granted to the author of the work, but if the author creates the work in the scope and course of employment, then the employer is considered to be the author under the work for hire doctrine. Patent. A government authority or license conferring a right or title for a set period, especially the sole right to exclude others from making, using, or selling an invention. Obtaining a patent for an invention as an e-learning practitioner requires a clear understanding of who owns the inventions. The most critical question is, does your institution, organization, or business own the inventions, or the employees who create the inventions own them? Trademarks and e-learning. Trademark law seeks to protect others from using the same or a confusingly similar name for their products as yours. The purpose of trademark is to make it easy for clients and consumers to easily distinguish competitors from each other. Having a unique and identifiable name for your products is an advantage for your institution, organization, and business.
Good day, everyone. I'm Charla Sinakila, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. I'm the next reporter of the topic, Implications and Best Practices of Intellectual Property Rights in E-Learning. A few best practices tips for e-learning professionals regarding patent and trademarks are: do a thorough research, and second one is the prototype. Standard YouTube license allows YouTube to broadcast the video with the creator retaining the copyright. Standard YouTube license means that you grant the broadcasting rights to YouTube. This essentially means that your video can only be accessed from YouTube for watching purpose and cannot be reproduced or distributed in any other form without your consent. And the next, Creative Commons copyright. This is a type of public copyright that allows the creator to retain a copyright but permits others to distribute, use, or build on the original content according to what is specified in the license. Creative Commons license give everyone from individual creators to large institutions a standardized way to grant the public permission to use their creative work under copyright law. Photos or graphics. Ensure that your search results are filtered by license type, a functionality available in the settings of most search engines. Source your images directly from dedicated sites such as Pixabay and Unsplash. Copyright is a form of intellectual property law that protects original works of creative expression. So, if you're the copyright owner, this protection usually grants you exclusive rights to control how your work is used and who can make money from it. This also includes who can share it on YouTube. Original videos, including those on YouTube, are subject to copyright protection the moment they are created, not based upon who is the first to register or upload them. So, when you're creating something on your own time and for your own use, you automatically and undisputedly own its copyrights. Also, when you are creating something on your own time and use it while working for someone else, you still own the copyrights. Pro bono e-learning work is another way to create your very own intellectual property. If you have favorite organization, school, religious community, or etc., you can develop original e-learning content from them in various forms and donate it under a Creative Commons license that allows you to retain full rights. This way, you can expand your e-learning portfolio, get the experience you need, help someone, and of course, own your e-learning work and use it in any way you want. And last but not the least, always consult with a lawyer specialized in intellectual property, copyrights, limitations, and exclusivity before proceeding to any contracts or attempt to reuse previously created e-learning material for a different company, as legal battles over similar issues can be nasty and quite expensive. And that's all. Thank you all for listening.
Good day, everyone. I am Ganlila Grossa, who will discuss to you the last subtopic of our topic, which is the digital safety rules. But first, what is Internet safety? The Internet is a huge source of information and means of communication. However, not all of the information or people online are trustworthy. That's why you need to be smart. What happens if we don't use the Internet safely? If we use the Internet recklessly, we may be a victim of phishing, scams, identity theft, cyberstalking, hacking, software piracy, child soliciting and abuse, ransomware, and this. Of course, we don't want this to happen. Earlier, sa mga negative about internet that you have seen, so if you don't want to be victimized by cybercrimes, I'm going to discuss to you the helpful tips on how to protect yourself in this digital world and the idea of being a digital citizen. But before that, we must first take a quick review on what is digital citizenship. Now, what is digital citizenship? Digital citizenship is a holistic and positive approach that plays a critical role in empowering communities and youth to become responsible, ethical, and resilient digital citizens. Thereof, this means that digital citizenships helps people or individuals understand the rights and responsibilities, the benefits and risks in using technologies, and at the same time the personal and ethical implications of their actions in the digital world. There are actually three factors to consider this context. These are what we call the three C's. Three C's of digital citizenship. First, we have appropriate contact. Appropriate contact teaches people or individuals, or what we usually call the netizens, the appropriate and healthy relationships and communication online. Next, we have appropriate content or context. This requires acceptable and healthy or professional and also clear content about considering if it is responsible, healthy, and ethical. Lastly, we have appropriate conduct. Appropriate conduct teaches the netizens the online behavior or the appropriate online behavior, because everything we do online also reflects to our online reputation. Within the context of digital or digital citizenship, make yourself an effective and professional digital citizen, and knowing the digital safety rules is the basic thing you must do to become one. Digital safety rules. Digital safety rules may also refer to as cyber safety or online safety tips. This is the ability to act in a safe and responsible manner while using technology. Today, I'll be giving you the 7 digital safety rules. Rule number 1. Practice safe browsing. Cybercriminals use the red content as bait when you let your guard down upon browsing. In just one careless click, all your personal data may be exposed, or it can even infect your device with malware. To resist this urge, here's what you must do. Research before you register. You must first check the credibility of that site. Also, be careful what you download. Never download anything or look suspicious or come from a site you don't trust. Rule number 2, be careful on what you post. Never post anything online that you might regret later on. In other words, save your reputation. So, think before typing. This is one important thing to consider when posting online. Be professional in your opinion towards a certain subject. This may either with yourself or the other subject or both sides. Third rule, be careful who you met. Be cautious and sensible in your online social life. People you met online are not always who they claims to be, or they may not even be real. With this, you have to trust your gut. Kung feel ni mo nga in danger na ka, so stop communicating with them. Ayaw sig minurupok zay. Char. Next, avoid discrimination or cyberbullying. Kung ginabuhat ni mo ni, or if someone did it to you, it is best to block, delete, or ignore these people. And lastly, require ID. Be sure to know the real identification of the people you encounter online. Meeting them in person may be risky, but if you really wanted to do so, it is best to meet them in public place, bring a friend, and let someone know where you go and who you met. Fourth rule, keep personal information private. If you need to provide personal information in your work or whatever, keep it professional and limited. Therewith, Check your privacy setting. Make sure that only your friend can see your posts, and choose strong password. Avoid using common password like 123456. Avoid using that para iwas hack. And at the same time, never show your password to anyone. Rule number 5, make sure your internet connection is secured. If you connect your device to public Wi-Fi connection, take note that you have no direct control over its security. You can use secure VPN connection. These enable you to have a secure connection between your device and the internet server that no one can monitor or access the data that you're exchanging. Rule number 6, make online purchases from secure sites. When you purchase online, you need to provide bank account information, just what cybercriminals are most eager to put their hands on. Only supply this information to sites that provide secure, encrypted connection. Here's a trivia. According to Boston University, you can identify secure sites by looking for an address that starts with HTTPS rather than simply HTTP, where S stands for secure. They may also be marked by a padlock icons next to the address bar. Lastly, rule number 7, keep your antivirus program up to date. This provides a vital layer of security against malwares. We know this era is quite interesting, where they may cry when someone could encode a phone in their hand. But we must admit it, these technologies have been playing a significant role in our daily lives, particularly in terms of innovation, communication, and development. However, we must keep in mind that even if technologies may have been giving us boundless opportunities, still we must know our limits and primarily prioritize our safety. That's it for today. I hope you have gained significant learning from this topic. Bye-bye, digital citizens.